Yeah, people coming back, checking back. You don't know Nicardo Media House there again. Guess what? As you know, you see the thumbnail. Guess what I'm going to right now? Today I'm going to pick the 11, the best 11 that the best level players, them that featured over the semi-final, the final, and the third and fourth. You don't know, but to be honest, I'm kind of struggling to come up with a best 11. Why? Not saying everybody, were playing really good, but it's just that you just only have a few selective of players that really stand out, in the two games that they played in. You know, Probably can say, Michael Lecter have a solid game in the Mexico and the Panama game. G Arena also came on and played a cameo in that semi-final against the Reggae Boyz, and also, with two assists in that game. What the political thing I'm going to get into, when I pick it, but played again in the final, solid game. Players like Christian Pulisic, Polygon, Tim Weah, these players, not so solid in both games, but really did enough just to help them team get over the line. You know what I said? So I'm going to go ahead, man. But after big up my Reggae Boyz and players, big up man like Big Ek, Deshaun, Dexter, both Dexter, not both Dexter, Dexter Limbikisa, yeah, and Bobby Day Cover Reed. I mean, they call him Dexter too, but they don't know where that story is coming from. It Dexter Apps, yeah. But people, look, thanks for coming back again. Thanks for tuning back again to my channel. Really appreciate the amazing support. Salute, to you guys. Yeah, salute. But look, this is now a quick short video. I'm going to talk about the best 11 players that I could have easily, come up with other players, but these are the players that I chosen, to be in my Concacaf Nations League semi-final, final, and third and fourth player of the tournament. Yeah, player of the tournament. So not saying said tournament, but not going back to the quarterfinals or the group stage, and based up off the performances in the semi and the final and third and fourth. So first up, it's the goalkeeper position. You have Mosqueda, you have Guillermo Ochoa, you have Andre Blake, you have Matt Turner in goal for the four teams. But for me, Mosqueda, didn't really have a solid two game that he played in. Guillermo Ochoa could say probably, didn't get enough tests in that Panama game. Didn't really get enough tests as Panama failed to put, chances on target to test the goalkeeper. And, looking at US game, that Tyler Adams goal that he shot from around 30, 35 yards out. And even that goal, from G Arena, it's questionable, it's questionable, but the two stand-up goalkeeper are Matt Turner and Andre Blake. Yeah, both keepers I think were excellent between the sticks, and I just feel like Andre Blake kind of have the edge over him in both games. To be honest, he have some brilliant save that he came up with in that Panama team. He dominated the air. In that US game. He was well organized in the back and how the Reggae Boyz was actually playing. And I think Andre Blake kind of steal that spot. Yeah, I don't know. Most people might think I'm a bit biased, but no, I think Andre Blake might steal that spot from Matt Turner. He's the goalkeeper. Went to the final and won the tournament. But I think Andre Blake have done a little bit more over Matt Turner, and at right back, it's no doubt about it. You have Blackman, that played for Panama. You have Joe Scally for US. Sergio Des came back. You have Jorge Sanchez played in that final after he was suspended for that semi-final. Julian Arujo, the Mexican right back, who came off in the 60th minute injured. Yeah, so Dexter is a man I think easiest. That was one of the easiest tries for me. Dexter Lemikisa at right back position. Center half. Whoa, you have the Panamanian back three, that really played kinda, okay in that Mexico game, Cordoba, Andred, and Escobar. Yeah, but I just think none of them really came any close to, those players that I picked, and I chosen pick Ek from the Reggae Boyz International, and also the man himself who played for Crystal Palace in the English Premier League, Chris Richards, as he played both games. Yeah, he have two teammates two partnership in that backline for the US. You know, you have Tim Rim in the final, and he also have Miles Robinson in that semi-final. So I think he have played really well. You know, I think he have played really well. You know, especially looking at Tim Richards' stats. You know, he have 159 touches in that game against the Reggae Boyz. Yeah, he have 159 touches, and overall he have 230 touches in both games and 12 clearance. You know, he have won 9 out of his 15 duels that he have played. He have came up against in the aerial and also ground duels. You know, so he have been solid in the back. Oh, Michael Hector, Michael Hector stats, he have 8 clearances, 4 clearances with his head. He have 9 recoveries, he have won 6 of 8 ground duels, he have won 5 of 7 aerial duels, he have 2 chances created, that big chance that he created for Dexter Lemekisa in the third and fourth game against Panama to give him that crucial final pass. And also, Big Ek have 9 passes into the final third for a centre back. So you could see that he stepped up in the midfield a lot, just to try to get the ball in beyond the opposition defensive third. Also, I forgot to tell you, Dexter Lemekisa have, over 100 touches in both games. You have that crucial goal. You have 9 recoveries and an interception. Against Mexico, he had 4 against Mexico, and he have 11 passes in the final third and combine both games together. So you have a solid game. Big Ek was dominant in the air in that backline for both games for the Reggae Boyz. And as I said, Chris Richards, yeah, he have dominated the ball with ball at his feet. He have a lot of possession, especially in that Reggae Boy game. So yeah, a very solid performance. And I think Montes and Vasquez, for the both center half pairing for the Mexican national team. I just don't think they have come close. I don't think they have come close to match, those two center half. But yeah, next up, it's the left back, Anthony Robinson, the man that who had 147 touches, in that Reggae Boy game. Look, and all of the defenders for the US team, yeah, all of them have gotten over 120 touches in that game. As we just dropped way back in that game, especially in that when the game goes into extra time. Yeah, but Anthony Robinson have 10 recoveries, 7 clearance, and he had 6 passes into the final third, and he have 17 in that Mexico game. So you sure that he was a bit very he lifted his game. He lifted his game in the final. So his game was a little bit average, in that Reggae Boyz game, but again, I think he was the best standout left back when you look at around the other 3 clubs. You have Eric Davis, really playing the low par in the 2 games that he played in. Barcenas was injured. Jesus Gallardo for Mexico, had a poor 2 games that he have played. I mean a little bit. Yeah, I mean he put in a little bit effort going forward, but I think he could have done a little bit more better on the defensive side. But Anthony Robinson, I think he have a solid game. So in the midfield, it's Edson Alvarez, McKennie, and Giorena. Yeah, those are the 3 players I have. Edson Alvarez, he got that goal. Yeah, he got that goal against the Panama national team. Yeah, wonderful header on the back post. He had 67 accurate passing in that game in the semi-final against Panama and 73 in the final. So he is someone that keep the ball ticking, keep the ball rotating, keep the ball moving at all time in that Mexico midfield. He had 36 touches in the semi-final and 76 touches in the final. So you could see that, yeah, he's trying to get the ball ticking over to the opponent. Today, you could see that he's getting the ball ticking over to his attacking players. You keep it tight. McKennie, yeah, he have 130 touches in that Reggae Boy match and 56 in the final. Yeah, he have created 8 opportunities in the 2 games that he have played. He played 120 minutes in the Reggae Boys, and I think he go full 90. I don't remember McKennie came off in both games, so he have created 4 chances in the 2 games that he have played a piece. So solid performance. He have a high percentage of accurate passing, 89 against the Reggae Boyz and 74 against the Mexico national team. And he have 4 recoveries in the game against Jamaica and 3 in the final against L3. So you could see that he have doing fair bit of high work in the defensive area and in the attacking area. So I think, he was the best midfielder. Carrasquilla and Godoy, the double pivots for Panama team, they just look below the par. This Panama team just look like they didn't have enough energy to compete in these 2 games. So I think they just have to go back to to what they have doing for the last couple of months before these 2 games. And when you look over by the Mexico side, you have Luis Chavez, Luis Romo, you have Eric Sanchez. These players, especially Romo. Romo could have easily been the player over Eds Alvarez, but because Edge Alvarez was, key in how Mexico played in both of the games. So, I picked him. But yeah, moving on from those 2 midfielders to G Arena, he was the X factor in that second half for the US team, especially getting those 2 assists in the game against the Reggae Boyz. Wonderful pass, to Adjuride. I think he have gave Adjuride both goals. Yeah, I think he have gave Adjurite both goals. So yeah, he was an X factor. He changed that game, and also he scored in the final. So no doubt about it. He is the man that played in the number 10 position for this team. And Christian Pulisic, Bobby Reed, and Adjurite, those 3 players, are my front 3 in this best 11. And look, the number nines that played that position for all 4 teams, Boligun, Fahad or Ishmael Diaz, you could say um, Santiago Jimenez, came off the bench twice in the 2 games that Mexico played. Henry Martin, the man that started for Mexico in the 2 games, they haven't done really well. Pineda came off the bench to play that left wing for Mexico. Lozano was below par. He bench. QNS starting that first game against Panama. He scored, but he didn't, do much after scoring, rest out for the next game in the final. So you could see that, a lot of players are relatively below par. Christian Pulisic, he have done enough just to get his team over the line. So I think, that's a fair top 3 right there. Adjurite, Bobby Reed, and Christian Pulisic, yeah? And, Christian Pulisic, he have created 4 opportunities, for his teammates in both games. All four chances that he have created came against the Reggae Boyz, but Christian Pulisic have had a 100% dribble, um, 100% dribble rate against the Mexico national team. I think he have dribbled 4 times and he have successful 4 times all of them. I think he have dribbled the ball 4 times, against Mexico, and he have successful having 100%, in his dribble rate. So you could see that he have a bit more space in that Mexico game. The Reggae Boyz, he didn't have no successful dribble in that game, as the space is a little bit clustered. We have players on him everywhere he goes. So yeah, he was properly marked in that Reggae Boy game. But Adjurite, a player that came off the bench to score 2 goals, the X factor again to score 2 goals. He came on for Boligun in that semi-final against Jamaica, and he just took his opportunity and he started. The other game, I think Boligun was having a knack, but you just cannot put the man on the bench when he came up in that game and produced the goods for the US men's national team and get them over the line against a brave, tough opposition, Jamaica national team. So looking at Bobby Reed, he had 7 recoveries in that US game and 5 in that Panama game. Yeah, he have won 100% of all his tackles that he have went in. It is 3 out of 3. So Bobby Reed have put in a workman style performance, for for the Jamaica team. Also, he had ground duels. He have won 60% of his ground duels, in the 2 games that he have played. So you could see that, and he have 75% successful dribble, in the tournament. So you could see that he tried his best both attacking and defensive. He have that assist, for Gregory in that opening 30th, I think it was 36 second in the game where he squared that ball and cross. But other than that, that's my team of the in a Nations League for the semi-final, final, and third and fourth. So if you have anything, anyone could add, anyone could to put in, you just chop it down in the comment section and let me know. Thanks for watching, man. This is Nicardo Media House. Salute.